I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world?
Have you ever felt like there was something bigger going on behind the scenes that we didn't know about? Something that seems so perfect on the outside, but was actually causing a commotion on the inside. What happens when a big star gets so much love from fans but ends up facing the wrath of his own agency? Get ready, because what you're about to read next is going to be a shocking revelation. Taehyung, a BTS member who has always been considered one of the best by fans, is now in the middle of a situation full of tension and controversy. Are BTS fans misunderstanding what's really going on behind the scenes? For many BTS fans, Taehyung has long been considered one of the best members of the group. With his incredible charisma, distinctive baritone voice, and empathetic personality, Taehyung always steals the show, both on and off stage. He is the epitome of many things that ARMY loves: honesty, sincerity, and of course, incredible talent. Not only that, fans often see him as someone who is able to bring peace and comfort through his performances. However, what we see from the outside is far different from the reality behind the scenes. HYBE, which has been protecting BTS and managing their career journey, is apparently furious with the phenomenon that occurred between Taehyung and his fans. After years of being in the spotlight, Taehyung now finds himself in the midst of a major controversy related to the relationship between him and his agency. This incident has become a major spotlight, considering that BTS and their fans have always been known for their very close relationship. But it turns out that there is a big difference that is not known to the public, which involves an internal conflict between Taehyung and the management. Fans who have long idolized Taehyung and considered him one of the best figures in BTS are certainly very surprised by this news. They wonder what really happened behind HYBE's anger towards Taehyung. What could make a big agency, known to be very professional in managing a group like BTS, angry with one of the members they have always supported? Is there a bigger problem that needs to be resolved, or is this just a small problem that is being blown out of proportion by the media? Things got even more complicated when fans began to realize that this situation was not just about Taehyung's personal relationship with HYBE, but also about how BTS's management managed the group's image as a whole. It turns out that throughout BTS's career, there were many decisions that were never made public. Decisions that were made to maintain a balance between the members' freedom and the control that the agency had to exercise. However, as BTS's influence in the international entertainment world grew, these decisions began to create tension. Taehyung, for all his charm, did not always have full control over the decisions that involved him. HYBE, which had been managing BTS's career very carefully, often made decisions based on very mature business calculations. But behind those decisions, there was a harsh reality. There was a lot going on behind the scenes that fans never saw. Sometimes, even though they were part of a very successful group, BTS members had to follow the direction given by management without much choice. The decisions made for the benefit of the group often affected their personal freedom as individuals. With more and more pressure coming from various directions, Taehyung began to feel that the relationship between himself and the agency was no longer balanced. He felt that, although he was considered one of the best by fans, he was not always treated fairly by management. This was a big problem for an artist who had always been known for his openness and extraordinary honesty with fans. When the throne of popularity that he achieved turned out to be paid for with such tight control, what happened to his personal freedom? However, this incident has opened many people's eyes to how the entertainment industry, especially one involving a big group like BTS, is often filled with decisions that are unpredictable to the public. Many fans were disappointed to learn that there was tension behind the scenes involving Taehyung and their agency. Some felt that HYBE management should have respected their artists' freedom more, while others felt that the decisions made to maintain the stability of the group were reasonable. However, for Taehyung, the big question remains: should he continue to follow the rules set by management, or is it time to speak up and fight for his rights as an individual? Taehyung's courage to speak up about this issue has had a big impact, not only for himself, but also for all of BTS's members. Given how important BTS is in the global entertainment world, every step they take is always in the spotlight. When one member starts to voice their dissatisfaction, it can affect the entire group. Taehyung, who has always been considered one of the most liked and respected figures, is now facing a big dilemma. How can he maintain a good relationship with fans while also trying to maintain his principles and freedom in a highly controlled entertainment world. Not only that, Taehyung's decision to speak up about this issue also has an impact on the relationship between BTS and ARMY. Fans who have been so loyal and supportive of BTS are starting to feel adrift. They feel that what happened between Taehyung and HYBE created a distance that shouldn't have existed. The trust between fans and the group that has been built over the years is starting to waver, and ARMY is starting to wonder if there is more hidden behind the scenes. Of course, BTS's loyal fans continue to support them through all the hardships that come. However, the fact that there are unresolved internal issues has a big impact on the group's image. Will this be a turning point in BTS's journey? Will they continue to work the same way? Or is it time for them to take steps to find a balance between personal freedom and the control given by management? What is clear is that Taehyung and BTS will continue to move forward, albeit with new, greater challenges. Meanwhile, HYBE must face the reality that BTS's popularity and influence in the entertainment world are not easy to manage. Every decision they make, especially those involving the group members, must be considered with great care. BTS fans who have supported them unconditionally now expect greater transparency in every step taken by the agency. This tension reminds us that, in the entertainment world full of tension and ambition, personal freedom and the right to express oneself must still be respected, even for artists who have reached the pinnacle of success. The future of BTS and Taehyung is now at a crossroads. How will they resolve this tension? And will there be any major changes in the way they work with HYBE? These are questions that only time can answer. However, one thing is for sure, BTS and Taehyung's journey is far from over. This incident may be just part of a larger story, and we will continue to follow their journey, hoping that they will find a way to remain themselves, despite the many obstacles they face. As time goes on, BTS fans will increasingly realize that what is happening behind the scenes is not just about Taehyung or HYBE, but about how the entertainment industry controls the lives of its artists. Despite BTS's incredible success, the fact that they struggle to balance their personal freedom with the demands of the industry creates a dilemma that is not easy to overcome. For Taehyung, this situation is a major test that requires him to re-examine his role in the group, as well as the role of the agency that manages his career. Should individual freedom be sacrificed for the sake of the group's success? Or can BTS and HYBE find a way to work together without sacrificing their core values? But despite the tensions surrounding Taehyung and HYBE's relationship, one thing is clear. BTS remains an unstoppable global phenomenon. Every step they take will be watched by the world, and over time, they will learn how to overcome these challenges. Taehyung, with all his charisma and courage, may become a symbol for other artists who feel trapped in an overly controlling system. His courage to speak up and speak out about these issues may pave the way for a bigger change in how agencies manage their artists in the future.
Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down.